In this lecture, we'll work with cameras, webcam, and security cam. Working with cameras like webcam and security cam, it's very easy. All we have to do, we have to change the location here. Like for CCTV camera, we have to pass the IP address here. And for web cameras, we have to pass 0, 1, 2, 3 like this. If you have only one webcam, then you will pass 0 here, simply 0. If you have multiple webcam, then you can just use some for loop or while loop and you can pass values here. And the indexes of the web cameras goes like list. It goes from 0 to 1, 2, 3 like this in the same way. If you have 10 web cameras installed in your PC or laptop, then you will start surfing for the cameras for web cameras starting from index 0 till 9. I have only one web camera. That's the reason I'm passing 0 here. And all these things, it will be same. First, we will check till the video is opened. Then we will read the video. We will get the state if it's true or false, the video reading state. Then we will get the frame. And here, this piece of code, we will just comment it here because we don't want to take any images right now. We will do that later shortly. And if the state is not true, then we will show some message like camera is not readable or is not, just is not readable. And if it's not readable, then we will break from the loop. Else, it means if the readable state is true, the camera readable state is true, then we will just show the frame. And let's change the window name, webcam. And here, let's change the name of the variable and make it cam. It's not important. We are just keeping the variable name logical. And at the end, cam.release and destroy all windows. Now if we just run the program, then we will see our webcam is running and we can see everything is capturable in the webcam. Okay, so let's just run the program. And here we can see our diary for 2024. And then we can press any key to quit the program actually. Okay, now we knew how we can run any webcam. What about security camera? I have already shared with you that we have to just pass the IP address here. I have a few security cameras installed at my home for security purposes. So I'm just simply writing the IP address here. Okay, I have written the IP address here, the IP address of my security camera, and you can see it's running at local. The IP address, if you notice, then you will understand that it's running at local. So if you just copy and paste the IP address in your computer, then it will not work because as I shared with you, it's running at local. But if you have your security camera, you can just find out the IP address. It's a little difficult because every security camera has their own way. So you have to find their documentation how they are sharing their IP address. For my case, I am using GeoVision. So for GeoVision, you have to use rtsp clone /, then the username. For my case, it's admin, then the password, and before password, I'm using colon. So you have to use colon, and then @ and then the IP address. After the IP address, I'm using one port number, and I found a lot of issues with finding this port number. And also after port number, I'm using live1.264. So it takes a lot of time to find the IP address, the full IP address with the patterns. That's why it's your responsibility to find out how you can get the IP address for your camera. And after giving the IP address, you can just run the application and you can see it. There are a few objects and you can see one vehicle is going on the road. And from now on, we will work with this camera. And if we want, then we can resize the window size of the camera using the immutable method. So simply, I'm just uncommenting this piece of code, this line of code, and then running the program again. Okay, here we are actually making the width 100 pixel and the height 200 pixel. Okay. Okay, but it worked in reverse way actually. The height it has taken 100 pixel and width it has taken 200 pixel. Let's quit it. And if we want actually, then okay, let's comment it. Okay, and if we want, then we can take images. It can be either webcam or a security cam, that doesn't matter actually. Whatever the camera, we can take images in the same way we took for video files. So I'm just simply uncommenting this piece of codes and running the application again. And we can see in the console, it's printing, it's taking the images. Let's just quit the application. And here we can see the image. So let's right click here on the image, open in Finder, and open one image to take. Awesome. We can see we have taken images from CCTV camera successfully. That's all about playing videos using webcam or CCTV camera, or we can say security camera. In the next lecture, we'll draw shapes on videos, both for video files and camera. Okay, like we can take images from any video or from any camera, from web camera or CCTV camera. In the same way, we can also take videos. We can take videos from both videos and from cameras, like from web cameras and CCTV cameras. For that, first of all, we have to get the height and width. And we can get the height and width from the variable where we have captured our video. And here we can get the access to the get method. And we can see this get method takes two arguments. And the second argument, which is important for now, is the product ID. So if we pass 3 here, then we will get the frame width of the video or the frame width of the camera. We can say width, duplicate this row, name it height, and instead of 3, let's pass 4 here. So we are getting the frame height and width. Now we have to write the video, and to write the video, we have to call the video writer method using cv2 video writer method. And first of all, we have to pass the name. We have to pass the file name as a string. Let's say we want to name it output. And of course, we have to pass one extension. We want AVI extension. And at the second param, we have to pass 4cc. And for that, we have to call the video writer 4cc method cv2 dot video writer underscore 4cc. And here we have to pass the codec. I want to use MPEG format. So we can say M and then J, P, and G. And then we have to pass the frame rate. I'm passing 10 for now. And then we have to pass height and width, and we have to pass it as tuple. And inside the tuple, let's pass width first, and then height. Okay, now let's comment the code for creating images. And then just before showing the video, we will say, okay, first of all, we have to assign it in some variable. Let's say file. I'm naming the variable file. And here, all we have to do, we have to write the file, all the write method using this variable, using this object actually. And then we have to pass the frame. And finally, we have to release the file, release, like we do for our video and camera. And then let's run the application. Okay, I'm getting some error. Let's try to find out what is the error. Okay, we can see it's saying can't parse frame size. The reason is we have to parse it into integer. We can simply say int for both height and width. And run the application again. And count to 5. Okay, 5 seconds, and quit the application. Now let's open the file in the Finder. And run the file to test. Awesome. We can see we have created one video file and it's running perfectly. In the next lecture, we'll learn how to add text and draw different shapes on some video files and on video cameras. Like for web cameras and CCTV cameras, we can add shapes and text. We will do that in our next lecture.